magical Monday. Let's start a morning with adding to our dreams by looking at them as they come true. Also, can we have the music? Wonderful. So let's start our morning with our body and let's see what we're going to learn today about our body. Yesterday, we had a deeper dive into our world of fasting. The day before, we done intermittent. Yesterday, we done dry fasting. And today, we're going to go further and realize that it's very important to be practicing gratitude and thankfulness. And this is something all of us have already read. And yet, we will read it again today in the session. So it's a reminder. So I had done this in the beginning, just because I wanted all of us to understand the science. So let's go for it once again. Number 60, practicing gratitude and thankfulness. This is probably one of the most powerful practices when it comes to any goal you want to achieve in life. I encourage all my clients to practice gratitude daily. I don't know a single person who has anything but amazing things to say about how it helped them, not just with weight loss, but with everything in their life. All too often, our minds dwell on problems not resolved, opportunities missed, relationships lost, promises not kept, poor health, faded dreams, fear of an uncertain future, regret, and longing. While life does bring its share of challenges and disappointment, it also brings great joys. Problems solved, opportunities seized, relationships built, great health, promises kept, dreams fulfilled, and hope that soothes fear. It brings with it the opportunity of today and tomorrow, a clean state to keep on trying or to start all over again, an opportunity to move forward even an inch each day in spheres of our life such as health, wealth, career, relationships, and spirituality. An opportunity to be a little bit better than what we were yesterday, and an opportunity to practice kindness and cut down on worry. So I'm sure by now all of you will agree that this really has made a difference in all of our lives when we've been practicing gratitude. Now, gratitude is thankful appreciation for what an individual receives, whether tangible or intangible. With gratitude, people acknowledge the goodness in their lives. In the process, people usually recognize that the source of their goodness lies at least partially outside themselves. And as a result, gratitude helps people connect to something larger than themselves as individuals, whether to other people, nature, or higher power. I have seen the power of gratitude to transform the health of extremely sick people. I have seen cancer patients turn their lives around by changing the way they think, by changing their attitude towards life and all around. I have seen people throw away the sleeping pills and anxiety pills because they learned that they were not remedies and that the real cure lay in their hands, their attitude and their outlook to life and themselves. I have seen gratitude transform relationships and careers, inspiring people who would never work out or eat well to start doing so. In positive psychology research, Gratitude is strongly and consistently associated with greater happiness. Gratitude helps people feel more positive emotions, enjoy good experiences, improve their health, face and handle adversity, and build strong and happy relationships. This is something that all of us have seen in the Magic Book journey, and we've run 65 days of this now. People feel and express gratitude in many, many different ways. They can apply it to the past, retrieving positive memories and being thankful for elements of their childhood or past blessings. The present, not taking good fortune for granted as it comes. And the future, maintaining a hopeful and optimistic attitude. Regardless of the inherent or current level of someone's gratitude, it's a quality that individuals can successfully cultivate further. Gratitude can help you achieve the body you want, that perfect weight, and rejuvenate the health of your trillions of cells. Today, instead of focusing on all of the above, focus on what you have with regard to your health. Be grateful and offer thanks for the use of your arms and legs, your eyesight, sense of smelling, hearing, sense of touch, the fact that you have the ability to work out, the fact that you have access to good, clean food and water, that you have the gift of a new day and chance to make your life better and health better. The fact that billions and billions of cells in your body are working to keep you healthy, alive, that you have the energy to get throughout the day, the fact that things are easier for a generation in terms of food, exercise, knowledge, and access to variety. The fact that even if you're sick, you're alive, and being grateful for that, we will heal. When we constantly complain or talk negatively about our health and our weight, all we do is make the situation worse by attracting more negativity and creating enormous stress on ourselves and mind, which prevents us from achieving your goal. So a quick shout of thanks to all of those people who stop criticizing and ridiculing themselves and stop talking anti-weight कि मेरा तो weight जाता ही नहीं है, मुझे तो problems होती रहती हैं. When we say this is what we feel. When we say, oh, I have a challenge, I can't lose weight, that challenge expands much, much more. When we say, I can't lose weight, you will never lose weight. So please be careful about what you're saying because you don't want to complain. So this is a reminder for all of us today on this gracious, magical morning. Now, when we're grateful for our body, our health, our life, we will continuously abuse, your body with alcohol, cigarettes, junk food, drunks, and medicine. This is when we are not grateful, right? But when we're grateful for it, we will be moderating it out of respect for our body. A little bit of everything if required, but not too much, not abusing. Anything older than this is being disrespectful and ungrateful for the gift of our body and our life. Now, this will only enhance our life or deteriorate our life depending upon what are we putting in. Now, if we think fat, we will be fat. If you think you're fat, you will be. Instead, focus on offering gratitude that you have the ability to get fit. Mark this line for everyone who's got this weight on us. If we're grateful for a body that it loses weight automatically or it progresses towards becoming fitter, we are giving it a gift of assurance. We're giving a gift of confidence. Do not focus yourself, oh, I'm very fat, se mote ho jate hain. Focus on picturing yourself at the weight you want to be. So if you have old pictures of yours which you want to be at that weight, or some other pictures of somebody else that you want to be like, put that in your vision board. Offer thanks after every workout you do or every clean meal you eat, as each of those things are a step forward to get you to your ideal weight. So workout se pehle thank you, workout se baad mein thank you, meal se pehle thank you, meal ke baad thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you will make our lives the magical us. You can eat an ice cream with the attitude that it will make you fat, but try eating it with gratitude, with love, and enjoy every bit of it. Being thankful for the taste, the people who made it, the ability to afford it, and you will not put on weight. You will also be happier and healthier. ये रामबाण है यार, attitude of gratitude. So if you're grateful for that, even ice creams and even halwas will not make you fat. Winters are, लोग बोलते हैं winter में तो weight बढ़ जाता है. So तथास्तु. If you say so, so you will get. But think about it as a blessing. Oh, winters are, your body can eat such good food and burn it off automatically. अपने आप मन करेगा to work out or do yoga or whatever. Each of us has opportunity to be grateful for some part of our health and the chance to offer thanks in advance. Intentional gratitude, advanced gratitude बहुत powerful है. पहले से ही हम थैंक यू बोल रहे हैं, तो सपना पूरा करना है, वो होगा ही पूरा, बिकॉज आपका आज पावर ऑफ ड्रीम्स में आप रोज थैंक यू बोल रहे हो क्या, you know, in 1 minute, oh thank you, this has come true, oh amazing, it will come true, it can't not come true. For example, if you want to get slimmer, offer thanks in advance for losing weight. This shift in your attitude will make you feel super powerful, in control, and happier. Start practicing gratitude now. For example, offer thanks for your eyes that you can read this book. So it's very important for all of us to realize that we are living in a world of thank yous. If we start doing that, we are adding power to ourselves, our being, our very presence, because that is what is the biggest important shift creator. So this chapter is very, very beautiful. It's come to us as a reminder. Let's never forget our attitude of gratitude. And I'm sure your angels are ensuring that you are writing every single morning. So please do not stop writing gratitude. In fact, enhance it as much as possible. All right. So yesterday in this beautiful book with Margaret, okay, how many of you did that number 10, the 10 video with the 10th video with Margaret? How many of you practiced it? Practicing what we are learning will make us masters of it. If we don't practice, we will not become masters. In fact, we'll stay where we are redundant. So thank you everyone who's writing so many me's. Very nice. I'm very thankful to all of you. Today we're going to talk about goal trauma. कैसे हम लोग गोल बनाते हैं लेकिन उसमें ट्रोमैटिक एक्सपीरियंस आ जाता है. इसको आप also relate करिए with your goal for your weight loss, any goals basically. This is more financial related, but today let's identify what is this exactly. Just as having a past event related to your finances is called financial trauma, you have a goal trauma that casts a dark cloud over every aspect of your new goal and your willingness to really go after it. What defines a past experience is a goal trauma. I view it as an experience from the past that leaves you with an increased level of distress, anxiety, regret when you recall it, increased stress, and tendency to overact when a certain situation feels similar. A great loss to your personal power in the form of trust, confidence, and belief. जब कभी आपने गोल सेट किया है और आपको उसके साथ एंजाइटी है, स्ट्रेस है, ये होगा कि नहीं होगा, अरे पहले तो कभी भी नहीं हुआ था, इस बार भी वैसे सेम हो जाएगा, या आप just that you just are not able to accept it, absorb it, या आपको ट्रस्ट ही नहीं है, आपको कॉन्फिडेंस ही नहीं है, आपको बिलीफ है कि अरे ये तो नहीं होने वाला. Now, how do you identify goal traumas? कैसे समझें कि goal trauma है कि नहीं? एक गोल ट्रॉमा टिपिकली होता है जब when you want something very badly, जब आपको डेस्परेशन होती है, फ्रस्ट्रेशन होती है, चाहिए 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 वाली बात. बट वो कैसे, हाउ डज इट फॉल अपार्ट आफ्टर यू डिड एवरीथिंग यू कुड मेक टू हैपन? आप सब कुछ कर लेते हो अपनी पॉसिबिलिटी में टू मेक इट हैपन. The demise of this goal might have come in a very unexpected way, so you weren't prepared for failure. जब आप चाहते हो कि इतनी स्ट्रांगली कि मुझे चाहिए ही चाहिए और वो नहीं होता है सारे एफर्ट्स करने के बाद, वो कोलैप्स हो जाता है, तो आपका इट्स अ फेलियर. एंड वो आप फेलियर एक्सेप्ट नहीं कर पाते हो, रेडी नहीं होते उसको. कि एक होता है प्लान बी होता है, पर आपका प्लान ए ही है एंड जब वो नहीं होता यू आर वेरी वेरी अपसेट. Now goal trauma tends to occur when we allow ourselves to follow our dream, when we really set our heart on something. We think big, we believe it will happen. Now, this is how it should be, right? But what happens? Ignoring naysayers and your own internal skeptic. जब आप अपने क्रिटिक को बंद कर देते हो, दूसरों को जो आपको डाउन करते हैं उनको सुनना बंद कर देते हो, तो आप एक गोल सेट कर लेते हो, यू प्रोग्रेसिंग टुवर्ड्स इट. आप बहुत हार्ड वर्क करते हो उसके ऊपर. आप कई बार थक भी जाते हो, बट यू जस्ट लाइक एन एंडलेस मशीन गोइंग ऑन टुवर्ड्स इट. Now you're making sacrifices along the way at a very personal price. You might have lost money you couldn't afford to lose, damage relationships because of the focus on your goal, and compromise your health as a result of stress, exhaustion, neglecting your well-being. You convince yourself that it will be worth in the end. But despite hard work and sacrifice, things go terribly wrong. Not only does your dream not come true, but you also experience painful loss and feel like a failure. It ends with disappointment, disillusionment, self-criticism, and sadness. After an event like that, you tend to trust yourself less, trust other people in the universe less, be more skeptical of the idea that anything is possible. इसी चक्कर में हम सब इस जर्नी में आए थे बिकॉज हमारे साथ ऐसा बहुत बार हुआ था, राइट? लेकिन now if you think of a past situation that sounds like a version of what I just described, You have a goal trauma. ये ट्रॉमा बहुत लोग के साथ अभी भी वेट को लेकर है, ओके? अभी भी बस्ट कर सकते हैं, अभी भी लेकर आपके कुछ और गोल्स को लेकर शायद होगा. That can make you so much more conservative about thinking big and cause you to avoid getting your hopes up about setting goals. When you have goal trauma, it looks darkly as a cautionary tale of what can go wrong and the mistakes you might make as in setting your new income goal. Instead of approaching it with a fresh and willing attitude, you'll have a higher level of stress and anxiety, be less resilient when challenges occur, and feel a personal power shortage. Goal trauma causes you to approach new goals with hesitation and doubt. Rather than jump into action, you'll procrastinate. Take half-hearted steps to your new goal or be indecisive about what to do. आप खुद का एटीट्यूड देख लो, कुछ आपने ट्राइड एंड टेस्टेड किया हुआ है, वहां फेल हो जाते हो, उसी को वापस बनाते हो. कैसा आपका एटीट्यूड रहता है वर्सेस समथिंग जो नया है एंड आप एक्साइटमेंट है, कैसे आप एफर्ट लेते हो. Now, even if you're willing to set a goal, a power shortage will prevent you from wanting it enough to go after it after all that you have. So क्यों हम एक गोल के पीछे पड़े जब हम अपने आप को ट्रस्ट ही नहीं करते, हम बिलीव करते हैं कि ये तो पहले का एक्सपीरियंस है, नहीं हो सकता, हमने पहले ही हार मान ली है. तो इसको भी गोल ट्रॉमा बोलते हैं. हम अपने आप में 90% कॉन्शियस होंगे कि हम अपने आप को होल्ड बैक कर रहे हैं, अपने थॉट्स को देखेंगे तो वील अंडरस्टैंड कि हाँ रेजिस्टेंस तो है. नाउ एक एग्जांपल हमारे सामने आ रहा है अर्थ का, who came to Margaret a few years ago. उनका business stuck था and he barely made ends meet for several years. As he worked in creating new business goals and visions for his business, his energy was totally lackluster. No matter what I tried during the goal setting, I couldn't even have a small spark of excitement from him. ये बहुत होता है, when you work with people, अगर उनको इतना रुकावटें हैं, इतना माइंड ब्लॉक है, वो एक्साइटमेंट दिखा ही नहीं सकते गोल के लिए, आप कितना ही वर्क कर लो. He acquiesced to my suggestions by nodding and shrugging his shoulders. When I asked him about it, he said, "Well, I'm not going to get all gung-ho about it now. Let's just see what happens." When I explained that bold changes and dramatically increased his income wouldn't explain with "let's see what happens" attitude. His lack of interest increased. So I asked what he saw as a downside of getting gung-ho about a new goal for his business. कितनी बार हम लोग स्टक होते हैं, हमारी एक्साइटमेंट नहीं होती, समझ में नहीं आता, थिंक बिग ड्रीम बिग करने को कर रहे हैं बट एक्चुअली यू नॉट थिंकिंग बिग, यू नॉट ड्रीमिंग बिग. अर्थर ने एडमिट किया that years before, when he was still an athletic coach, he had a genius idea for a product that could transform the mechanics of athletes in several sports. He believed in it so much that he had made a prototype also. And जब उन्होंने prototype बनाया, what happened? It worked. उनको बड़ा confidence आ गया, अरे wow. And उन्होंने बड़ा सोचना शुरू कर दिया, dream big, think big, and he can revolutionize so many sports. Though none of his friends or colleagues saw the potential, he decided to go for it and spent the next 3 years working long hours at his job and then working late into the night into his invention. He invested his own money and convinced friends and local businesses to invest too, found a partner to help sell the product, and used weekend and vacation time to sell it. Arthur would sometimes barely sleep for weeks, but his belief and excitement drove him onwards. Now, during these last 3 years, he missed precious time with his sons, telling them daddy has to work when they want to play soccer with him after dinner. Yet, each time he justified his actions by saying, "This will all pay off. It'll get better, 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 better." He was very sure कि breakthrough तो आएगा ही आएगा, लेकिन वो नहीं आया. प्रोडक्ट बहुत एक्सपेंसिव थे, उस फील्ड में मेजॉरिटी ऑफ कोचेस ग्रास्प भी नहीं कर पाए उसकी पावर ऑफ इन्वेंशन की. ऑथर का सारा पैसा डूब गया, एनर्जी खत्म हो गई, एंड ही वाज फोर्स्ड टू से कि ओ शिट, it's a lost venture. His money, his investors' money, everything was gone, kaput. His invention was put in storage box, unfortunately. जो डैमेज रिलेशनशिप में हुआ वो इतना ज्यादा हुआ, उनका डिवोर्स भी हो गया, बच्चे भी बड़े हो गए विदाउट नोइंग द फादर फॉर 3-4 years. अब वो एक ट्रैप हो गए एक जॉब में which he hated. Now Arthur made a silent vow to never believe in his ideas, instincts and dreams ever again. Even when he became self-employed, he vowed to stick to working hard and do everything himself. He didn't lose more money on pipe dreams. He created a business that required him to work 10 hours a day, 7 days a week, and we cleared his past trauma with tapping. Arthur became overcome with grief and guilt about everything he had lost by believing in and following his dreams, and recognizing how he refused to ever believe to get excited about one again. Afterwards, he was drained but had a new perspective about the past 10 years. He'd punished himself enough and was ready to create again, this time with the wisdom and balance of the man he was today. He left my office saying, I haven't felt this alive in years, and I'm totally gung ho about the outrageous goal that represented his new dream. So आप सबको शायद अपना ड्रीम दिखा होगा यहाँ पर, आपके गोल्स दिखे होंगे जहां आपने भी डिफीट फील करी या उस प्रोसेस में अपने आप को ऐसा बना लिया कि नहीं, दिस इज हाउ आई विल बी. अब जब हमने वो सब बना लिया है, वी फील दैट एनर्जी. हाउ डू वी क्लियर दैट गोल ट्रॉमा? दैट्स द मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टेंट पार्ट. शायद हमने अभी पढ़ते पढ़ते समझा कि हमारा गोल भी हाँ प्रीटी मच ऐसा है. Anyways, let's understand the science. If you want to succeed in your current goals, it's critical to work on any goal trauma you might have. While you can't undo the past, you can make a massive shift in how you see past events. The reality is that you learned a lot of lessons as you were growing up, as you were trying something to do in the past about what we were doing and what you have. In the process, you also perceived your own strengths, you also had your own weaknesses, you had a taste of everything as experience in your past experience, whatever you did. Now, as you look back, you learned, okay, this makes me better, this makes me smarter. Actually, I'm more likely to succeed here. And now that same roadblock will be easy for us to overcome because we have some expertise and experience. Now, if we start seeing closely, हम एक pattern भी देखेंगे. उस पैटर्न में 99.9% देयर विल बी सेल्फ क्रिटिसिज्म. हमने पास में जब कुछ फॉल हुआ है, कुछ भी हुआ है, क्रिटिसाइज किया है अपने आप को, अपने एफर्ट्स को. हम स्लिप कर गए हैं फिर वापस पास्ट ट्रॉमा में. Criticism will always put us in a bad space, my dear friends. Appreciation will elevate us. Now, putting yourself and your abilities down will almost always sabotage your success. अगर पहले से अपने आप अंडरमाइन करेंगे, अप्रिशिएट नहीं करेंगे, क्रिटिसाइज करते रहेंगे, तो आप जहां पर भी हैं सक्सेसफुल नहीं हो पाएंगे बिकॉज आपका इंटेंशन ही नहीं है जाने अनजाने में. दीज आर इनक्रेडिबली इंपॉर्टेंट लेसन्स. हम नीचे टैपिंग करने वाले हैं. हमारी इंटेंशन क्या होगी कि हम अपने पास में देख पाए अपनी नई आंखों से एंड बोल पाए कि उस इवेंट की वजह से अब मैं अपने आप को ज्यादा ट्रस्ट करता हूँ, यूनिवर्स को ज्यादा ट्रस्ट करता हूँ, एंड आई बिलीव दैट दिस कैन हैपन. तो हम पहली बार एड्रेस करेंगे एक अपने फेलियर को. एक मूवी चलेगी दिमाग में, चलेगी तो चलने दीजिएगा, उसको एक्सेप्ट करिएगा, एंड उसके बाद आपको एक्साइटमेंट एनर्जी के साथ अपने आप को एक आंसर भी मिलेगा और फिर हम टैप करेंगे अपने आप के लिए. सो आर वी रेडी फॉर द टैपिंग ऑल ऑफ अस? अगर आपको 1 मिनट लगेगा तो कोई भी गोल ट्रॉमा स्टोरी जो आपके पास्ट में है, जो आपको फ्यूचर में लानी है, कुछ करना है, या कंडीशनिंग हो गई आपकी, उसके बारे में सोच लीजिए इफ यू कैन. नहीं तो एक एज एक्सपेरिमेंट कर लीजिए, बाद में अपने आप सोच ही कर लीजिएगा. या ओके. सो अभी हमने सब सोच रहे हैं, हम एक ट्रॉमा के बारे में कोई हमने गोल प्लान किया था और वो नहीं हुआ. अब वो इतना सिंपल है, शायद वजन घटाना भी हो सकता है, ज्यादा पैसे कमाना भी हो सकता है, कोई बिग बिग एडवेंचर या बिजनेस भी हो सकता है, कुछ भी हो सकता है, या इवन मार्क्स लाना अगर आप अभी तक अपने एकेडमिक जर्नी में है तो. लेट्स चूज अ गोल ट्रॉमा स्टोरी. Now, everyone, close your eyes. The new ones, if you want to open your eyes and do it, it's fine. Otherwise, just tap on the energy points. कल मैंने बताए थे आप सबको. So just start doing it. Otherwise, close your eyes and think of your one trauma. Imagine that event playing, like start tapping. Imagine that event is playing out in your mind, like you're watching it on TV. If the story were a mini movie, what would its title be? The title alone reveals how powerfully the story affects you and how much you lost. So what is the name of your story? Name it. Commonly, we've heard titles like The Day I Lost Everything, or Utter Failure, or The Year from Hell. Whichever name comes up, name your story. How do you know if this old event causes you a power shortage for achieving your goals today? Notice how you feel about the big goal you set for yourself in chapter 10. While you think about this old event, how do the following statements feel on a scale of 1 to 10? I really want it. I know I can do it. Now, if you don't have much energy or excitement in your statements, you have your answer. Let's go to the point of tapping on the karate chop point. All right. Let's do a karate chop tapping. Now we are on round 1. So let's analyze that the story that's come in our mind. Now let's think about that and now let's chop. So even though I have this story and it's a horror show, I love and accept myself with compassion because carrying this burden is very heavy. Even though I have this story and it's full of pain and judgment and sadness, I totally honor myself, honor the weight I've been carrying in the story. No one's honored me for this, not even me. I'm open to loving and accepting myself with forgiveness and compassion. बहुत हो गया इस हेवी बर्डन को कैरी करना, अब मुझे इसको रिलीज करना है. मैंने अपने आप के लिए भी काइंडनेस नहीं दिखाई, कंपैशन नहीं दिखाया, लेकिन अब टाइम है मुझे अपने आप को एड्रेस करना कि जो हुआ वो पास्ट में था, आज नहीं है. एंड इसके लिए मैं अपने आप को फॉरगिव कर सकता हूँ बिकॉज दिस इज रियली रियली बैड. मैंने स्क्रू अप किया, अग्री कर रहा हूँ. मैं फेल हुई, अग्री कर रही हूँ. बिग टाइम अनफॉरगिवेबल था, मैं एग्री कर रहा हूँ. नाइटमेयर था, आई एग्री. बहुत बहुत वर्स्ट हुआ, बहुत बैड हुआ. मुझे उस समय बहुत इसका परेशानी होती थी. आई रियली वांटेड इट, फिर भी इतना मेरे साथ हुआ. आई कुडंट अचीव माय गोल. आई ट्राइड कि मिरेकल्स हो जाए, मैंने अपना बेस्ट दिया, मैंने बहुत हार्ड ट्राई किया, फिर भी सब खत्म हो गया. बहुत परेशानी हुई, जिल्लत हुई, इनसिक्योरिटी हुई, क्रिटिसिज्म आया. आई वाज एन अटर फेलियर. और मुझे आज भी दुखता है. इट हर्ट्स मी. आई एम अ ह्यूमन बीइंग. और मैं एक्सेप्ट करता हूँ कि इट्स ओके टू फील द पेन, द सैडनेस, द डिसअपॉइंटमेंट. मैं अपनी स्टोरी देख पा रहा हूँ अभी. रियली बैड मूवी थी और मैं अभी भी देख पा रहा हूँ. बट जब मैं अब अपने गोल्स को देखता हूँ, when I watch this movie now, it really kicks my butt. But right now, I'm going to honor the whole story. Now stop tapping. Put your hands on your laps. Take a nice deep breath and just relax. क्या इमोशंस आए, क्या एक्सेप्टेंस आया, यू नो बेस्ट. कि वो पूरा स्टोरी वापस चली, अपने आप को आपने सॉरी बोला, कंपैशन से समझा और अब फ्यूचर के लिए थोड़ा बहुत रेडी हुए. क्या तुरंत ऐसे नहीं जाता आपका नेगेटिविटी, बट ये आपके लिए एक लेसन था जहां आप अपने लिए कर सकते हैं. नाउ टैपिंग के बाद यूजुअली लोग अपना ट्रॉमा पहचान पाते हैं. आप एक सेल्फ क्रिटिसिज्म के बारे में समझ जाते हो कि अरे बॉस, सेल्फ क्रिटिसाइज नहीं करना है. एंड वी हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड दैट वी हैव टू मूव ऑन. इनफैक्ट उस एक्सपीरियंस ने हमें स्ट्रांग बना दिया है और हम रेडी हैं फ्यूचर के लिए. तो इसके लिए बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है हम सबको अपने अंदर झांकना, अपने आप को देखना कि हम कहाँ हार्शली जज कर रहे थे अपने आप को. एंड वहीं से हमारी नई जर्नी शुरू होती है. बिकॉज काउंटलेस नंबर ऑफ पीपल हैव टोल्ड मार्गरेट दैट द वर्ड्स आर परफेक्ट एंड इनर क्रिटिक जिनका कंसर्निंग गोल ड्रामा है उसको शांत करवा देते हैं. बिकॉज you can tap in good energy. So let's now tap in the good energy. Let's turn the page, sir. So all of us, now let's again start tapping. Okay, let's start with the head. All right then. I understood that I have an old pattern. I understood that I have criticized myself. I understood that, yeah, I should have known better. I was idiotic, I was weak, I was stupid, I was clueless. But then I was excited also. मुझे लगा हो जाएगा, फिर भी नहीं हुआ. जो भी रीजन था नहीं हुआ. So yeah, okay, all right, I accept it. I should have known better, fine, but I didn't. I was trusting, okay, fine, it didn't happen. I was too giving, okay, fine. मुझे better मालूम होना चाहिए था, ठीक है. I was too naive, it's okay. I should have figured it out. I've seen the signs. I should have been stronger. I'm angry at myself. I was too trusting. I didn't see the writing on the wall. I just kept going on. I deserve the judgment because I'm seeing the truth. मेरी वजह से लोगों को इतनी परेशानी हुई, मुझे परेशानी हुई. मैं weak and naive थी. I should have been much better, much stronger, much smarter. I totally, this old version को, oh God, इतना कुछ हुआ, कैसे accept करूं? लेकिन I have to accept. I have to take a deep breath in right now and stop tapping. Tell myself, it's okay. All that should happen. It's okay. I couldn't accept it's okay. But now it's a time for me to tap into myself, a beautiful new energy. And I honor myself and I'm going to go further. So let's do a next round of tapping. Karate chop point से शुरू करते हैं दोबारा. अब karate chop point करिए. So can you, yes, even though I have this story and I've been ruthless about it, I am just going to honor myself now. जो कुछ हुआ हुआ, अब मैं accept करने जा रही हूँ. There's a lot going on. Maybe मुझे दिखा नहीं, maybe things went wrong, but it's okay. Maybe I couldn't handle it at that point of time. Maybe support कम था. It's okay. Even part of me, my internal critic says, no, I wasn't there completely. I totally honor my old story. There's a lot of pain, a lot of fear, there were terror, my programs and paradigms were running unconsciously. लेकिन सब हो गया, survive तो किया ना. आज तो मैं बैठा हूँ जहाँ पर हूँ. It's okay. I'm open to that idea that I could be proud of how I handled it. अच्छा बुरा जैसे भी handle किया, I handled it. Even though ये पुरानी story चल रही है मेरे दिमाग में, I still have to announce and tell myself that's okay, it happened. But now I'm open to seeing the gift because I learned so many important things. All this sadness, I honor who I am. I honor who I was in the story. Nobody else did. मैंने किया. So I do now. किसी और ने मुझे honor नहीं किया. मैं अपने आप को करता हूँ. मुझे किसी की जरूरत भी नहीं है. इतना कुछ लाइफ में चल रहा था. मुझे पता था कि बेस्ट क्या होना चाहिए, बट नहीं हुआ. So it's okay. I'm no longer judging myself. बहुत जज किया. Kindness, compassion नहीं दिखाई. बहुत इस इवेंट ने मुझे स्मार्टर किया, बेटर किया, स्ट्रॉन्गर किया. And I survived it and I came through. I didn't crumble and I honor this. I deserve this. I am the hero and I see the hero. Now again, stop tapping. Take a nice deep breath and just understand, what did you feel? Did you feel that you have forgiven yourself for what you did wrong? आपने चाहे wrong किया, चाहे आपके साथ wrong हुआ, चाहे वो situation wrong हो गई. Did you feel a little compassion, a little understanding? आधी बार हम इतना judge करते हैं अपने आप को that we don't go through it. So when you tap and cry those tears, you'll be free. Having such an emotionally charged event like this, where you never honor, keeps it with you. So until you accept, until you honor the grief, the loss, the pain, you're stuck in that shift, in that paradigm. Now, for the final time, close your eyes and see yourself in that movie again. If you received a gift from going through this event, what would it be? What did you learn that made you so wise, so savvy? What skills did you learn that you really have in you and that you can implement? And did you need it? Did you notice it? What strength will never make again? What did you learn about yourself, your strength, your willingness to work hard? Truth is, हम सब ready हैं इस journey के लिए. हमारे goals की transformation story हम अपने आप लाते हैं. And we have lived through it. आज जो भी कुछ हुआ हमने handle कर लिया था. But अब future में हमको उस trauma को लेकर बदलना है inspiration में. And we have learned our lessons and we're ready for new goals to understand our new goals. And we can understand we are the only heroes and shiros in our life. We are the ones who can do it. Nobody else will do it. So हम एक और करते हैं एक tapping. Let's start again with the head. Eyes closed, open your wish. उस story में वापस जाते हैं. Now again, as I let go of this old story, I come back to my goal for today. It may seem a little crazy, a little impossible. That's okay. सच्चाई क्या है? I really want to do this. जो पहले नहीं कर पाए मुझे अब करना है. हाँ मुझे डर है, fears हैं, of course हैं. I'm human being, होगा ही ना. But it's okay. Too bad. I really want it. And I am going to go for it. Come what may, I will go for it. Of course मुझे failure के बारे में भी डर है. I don't want to fail, of course. But I still want to do it. And आज मैं smarter हूँ, stronger हूँ, ready हूँ, ज़्यादा तैयार हूँ जो कल थी. मैंने कल बहुत कुछ सीखा है. And with so much of brilliance in me, so much of passion in me, so much of energy in me, this is my time, this is my choice. And I really do want this. I want things to come to me in a beautiful way. And miraculously, everything will unfold for me. Because now I'm totally open and receptive. And now I'm expecting that my goals will unfold as a magical practice for me. I'm open for this. It's going to be amazing, fun, exciting journey. And this will require me to step up my brilliance. I'm more inspired, I'm more fearless, I'm more excited, and I'm more passionate. Whatever I want, I create. And I'm ready for this challenge. I am the hero of my story. And now I allow this goal to be my hero's journey, inspiring me to grow and stretch and shine. I declare that I do want this. This is my dream. This is my life. This is a mountain, and I'm climbing it. And so it is. Stop your tapping, take a nice deep breath, and just see your energy. शायद पहली बार रोना आया हो या एक कंपैशन फील हुआ हो, लाइटनेस फील हुई हो, अभी तो आपने एक फ्लो में किया। लेकिन जब आप अपनी उस एक्सरसाइज को सोचोगे कि कहाँ मेरी नाकारी थी, कहाँ मैं फेल हो गया, एंड टैप करोगे, पहले समझाओगे अपने आप को कि हाँ हुआ, बुरा हुआ, बहुत बुरा हुआ, ये भी रॉन्ग हुआ, ये भी रॉन्ग हुआ, ये भी रॉन्ग हुआ, ये भी रॉन्ग हुआ, और मैंने नहीं चाहा था कि रॉन्ग हो, फिर भी हुआ, और मेरी गलती की वजह से हुआ, मैं नहीं देख पाया, नहीं सोच पाया, मेरी वजह से हुआ। इट्स ओके टू एक्सेप्ट इट। उसने मुझे स्ट्रॉन्ग किया है, मेरी पास गलतियों ने मुझे वो बनाया जो मैं आज हूँ। एटलीस्ट आज तो आई कैन स्टार्ट एवरीथिंग अगेन। एटलीस्ट टुडे आई कैन लर्न, टुडे आई कैन ग्रो, टुडे आई कैन इवॉल्व। विद दिस हम आज वीडियो 11 करेंगे ऑन आवर ओन, एंड राहुल सर विल शेयर दैट टू यू। सो जस्ट अंडरस्टैंड वन थिंग, हमें हर चीज दिखाई जा रही है कि कहाँ गलतियां आ रही हैं, कहाँ गोल्स के ट्रॉमास में भी गलतियां आ रही हैं, हर चीज में गलतियां हमने करी हैं, जज किया है, अपने आप को रिडिक्यूल किया है। उन सबको हम एक्सेप्ट कर रहे हैं वेरी स्लोली, वेरी ग्रेजुअली। एंड एक्सेप्टेंस करने के बाद हम अपने अंदर एनर्जाइज करते हैं अपने आप को कि यस आई एम रेडी फॉर इट। सो हम अपनी एनर्जी को, नेगेटिव एनर्जी को पॉजिटिव एनर्जी बदल रहे हैं, राइट? ओके राहुल सर, let's have our Surya Namaskar, our sun salutations.
The Surya Namaskar with mantras. Om Mitraye Namaha. Om Ravaye Namaha. Om Suryaye Namaha. Om Bhanave Namaha. Om Khagaye Namaha. Om Pushne Namaha. Om Hiranyagarbhaye Namaha. Om Marichaye Namaha. Om Adityaye Namaha. Om Savitre Namaha. Om Arkaye Namaha. Om Bhaskaraye Namaha. Salutations to the universal friend. Salutations to the resplendent sun. Salutations to the energy that induces activity within us. Salutations to the one who illumines. Salutations to the sun moving across the sky. Salutations to the giver of strength. Salutations to the golden cosmic self. Salutations to the Lord of the dawn. Salutations to the son of Aditi, the cosmic mother. Salutations to the benevolent mother. Salutations to the energy that we praise, and to the one who guides us to salvation. The sun salutation now with the names of the postures, both in Sanskrit and English. Pranamasan, Hastuthanasan, Madhastasan, left leg back, Ashwasanchalanasan, Parvatasan, and hold this position, and now slowly progressing into the deeper version of Parvatasan, Adho Mukh Svanasana. Ashtang Namaskar, Bhujangasana, Parvatasan, left forward Ashwasanchalanasana, Padahastasana, Hastuthanasan, Pranamasan. On the right side, prayer position, raised arms pose, hand to feet pose, Right leg back, equestrian pose. Mountain pose, hold mountain pose, and slowly moving into the deeper version of mountain, the downward facing dog. Salute with 8 limbs. Cobra. Press back to mountain. Right forward, equestrian pose. Hand to feet pose. Raised arms position. Prayer pose. One round of the sun salutation with awareness on the breathing. So exhaling our hands to the chest, pranam. Inhaling as we bend back. We exhale as we fold forward. Left leg back, inhale as we're arching back. Exhale into the forward. Hold the breath for knees, chest, chin. Inhale as we arch back. Exhale into the forward. Left leg forward, inhale. This is a back bend. Exhale whenever we bend forward. Inhale as we bend back. Exhale, hands to the chest. And on the right, deep breathing. Exhale. A deep inhale. A long exhale. Right leg back with an inhale. And exhale. Hold the breath. Inhale. And exhale. Right leg forward with a deep inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale.
All right. So after getting the blessings from our son, time to move on to our second book for the morning. Third book for the morning, The Creative Art Thinking. So yes, all of us are creative thinkers, and it's time for us to up our game of creativity. Let's learn, let's evolve, let's grow a bit more every day by finding our true potential or what we are as people. So कल हमने बात करी थी about how each one of us doubt all the time, or how we should doubt all the time because we want to become better. Then we also we'll talk about feeling inadequate. हम कैसे inadequate feel करते हैं या कैसे करना चाहिए? Let's understand that. Do you feel inadequate? That you're not as talented as others? Not good enough? Feeling inadequate is a driving force to do better. The self-satisfied ones are not the ones who create things. They're sitting back feeling smug and conceited. Over many years, talking to and researching with creative people, I've learned that self-doubt is an important motivator. When I was a student at the Royal College of Art, many famous people such as Ridley Scott, Henry Moore, and Dennis Hopper used to visit to discover the new trends. I was always struck by their humility. I remember the students' surprise when David Bowie, who was very well, who everyone was in awe of, and he was particularly insecure regarding us in a prosper and serious artist and himself as a mere lightweight. The great creative minds are often racked with self-doubt, but they turn it into a driving force, an engine that pushes them forward rather than something that holds them back. Because they feel inadequate, they have to prove they're not. They feel that they have to do something. They do that by trying to do new things, greater things. Self-doubt and passion are a powerful combination. The greatest artists suffer the greatest self-doubt. Many successful people, entrepreneurs, celebrities, artists, and writers experience deep feelings of inadequacy, no matter what successes or how far they've gone. So this idea of being super happy, and yes, if you are those sorts who's very happy with what he or she has done and you are very happy with it, great. But if you want to become a better version of yourself every day and you don't want to call it a retirement plan or something, then it's important to be motivated. And for being motivated, it's very important to analyze what am I doing which I can better. And that is when doubt should come. And that is when inadequate should come. Okay, this can become better. I can become better. I need to draw inspiration. But if you start becoming, I'm the teacher, or how do I go to students for inspiration? No, no, it's not possible. Then you're stuck. So very beautifully, Rod Judkins says, sometimes I wake up in the morning before going off to a shoot and think, I can't do this. I'm a fraud. They're going to fire me. All these things. I'm fat. I'm ugly. And this is also admitted by actress Kate Winslet, despite being the youngest person ever to acquire 6 Academy Award nominations and winning an Academy Award for Best Actress for the Reader. Traits such as having very high standards for yourself and your work are a factor in self-doubt. But setting yourself high standards is worthwhile. So back to the same thing, think big, dream big, achieve big. जब तक think big नहीं किया होगा, how will you and I get inspired? कैसे goals आएंगे? कैसे ideas आएंगे? Very important to understand. Although he exuded self-confidence, John Lennon was surprisingly insecure and suffered from a deep lack of self-esteem. Lennon wrote the lyrics of the song, helped to express his confusion after the Beatles' meteoric rise to success. I was fat and depressed, and I was crying out for help. But it was the first chink in the armor of Lennon's self-protection. All his life, even when Beatlemania peaked, despite more number one signals and albums than any other group and breaking world records for concert attending and attendance and television views, he still had poor self-esteem. It was a key force that drove him to do better and better. Many successful creative people secretly worry that others will find out what they're not clever and capable. They expect the no talent police to come and arrest them at any moment. They take little credit for successes and attribute them to luck. That is why they strive so hard. So that's the kind of attitude they need to achieve great things. Self-doubt keeps them diligent. Without it, they won't keep striving for higher standards. Fear of failure is the greatest motivator and it keeps the creative ego in check. So one quick thing to those of you who are getting confused कि क्या पढ़ रहे हैं और क्या पढ़ा है. It's good to be, बोलते ना, if when you do something new, कितनी बार भी कर लिया, अगर वो butterfly stomach में है तो अच्छा है. जब तक butterflies नहीं होंगी तब तक आप excel कैसे करोगे? Over confidence में तो मर जाते हैं लोग, सुना है ना ये वाली बात. तो डर तो थोड़ा बहुत तो होना ही चाहिए, दो कॉन्फिडेंस भी होना चाहिए, बट एक थोड़ा सा फ्लटे फ्लटे तो होना चाहिए. टेनेसी विलियम्स बोलते हैं, I don't believe anyone ever suspects how completely unsure I am of my work and myself, and what tortures of self-doubting the doubts of others has always given me. So very important कि अगर आपको डाउट है अपने ऊपर या किसी को आपके ऊपर है, उसको थोड़ा सा टूल दो, only to motivate you, to enhance you, to make you go further. So now the next question is, or the next chapter is, let's be totally naturally inspired. The structural strength and the beauty of the bird's nest is remarkable, but how can it be used as a human skill? Let's understand one thing, that all of us are made with our wiring, our programming, our conditioning, our thinking, right? अभी इसमें सेल्फ डाउट आ रहा है या अपने ऊपर उतना कॉन्फिडेंस नहीं आ रहा है या इंस्पिरेशन आ रही है, सो हम अपने ऊपर ला रहे हैं, राइट? हाउ कैन यू एंड आई चेंज ourselves a bit more is the question. How can you and I always be in a zone of inspiration? Very important to understand that. Akshay, do you mind reading for me if you don't mind? I'm just having a little, give me like minutes. Can you raise your hand? Thank you, my dear. Just read the first paragraph, no, please.
The structural strength and beauty of the bird's nest is remarkable. But how could it be used on a human scale? Architecture firm Herzog and de Meuron responded to this question by producing one of the most spectacular buildings of recent times, the Bird's Nest Stadium, to be the centerpiece of the 2008 Beijing Olympics. The facade consists of thousands of steel twigs infilled with translucent panels with the same insulating qualities of mud, feathers, and moss in a real bird's nest. The panels protect spectators from wind and rain, but cleverly allow sunlight to seep through to feed the grass. The gaps in the facade allow natural ventilation because air flows through the public concourse and into the stadium and eventually out through the holes in the roof. Should I go ahead?
Yes, please.
The stadium achieved its aspiration to be a global landmark. The intoxicating beauty of the elliptical latticework shell is an aesthetic triumph that cemented China's reputation as the place for courageous, creative risks. Even more impressive is that the radical structure tore up the rules of modernism that had become a kind of authoritarianism. Whatever field you work in, nature can always provide you with new insights. Nature is creative by necessity. It is the consummate problem solver. Animals, plants, and microbes are skilled inventors and the ultimate engineers. After 3.8 billion years of evolution, they have found what works, and most importantly, what lasts. It has taken them millions of years to evolve solutions that we can access in minutes.
Thank you, Akshay. So very, very important for us to understand that inspiration is something we're driving on every single day, every single level. Of course, examples are going to come in our way. But if we wish, we can be inspired by everything in the world. How people have done, how birds have even made their houses, how our structures run. Somebody works on authority, somebody works on love, somebody works on compassion. If you look around yourself, there are 1,000 things that can inspire you. Now, whatever field we are in, as long as we realize that we are the problem solvers, as long as we realize that, okay, everything around me is an inspiration and my divine is guiding me for the best, we can really make ourselves into better versions of ourselves. Now, innovation inspired by nature is more than just looking at patterns and structures. Let's look at the shape of a dragonfly, for example, and let's be inspired. It's a methodology, it's a method, right? That's whichever we are using, whatever we're using, and many of the biggest companies and greatest of organizations and places in the world have made a difference. So can you please turn the page? Now, let's understand one thing. All of us are creative thinkers. We are born creative thinkers, right? But the only thing is we haven't given ourselves enough value to be the ones, to understand that yes, we are the ones. We've been depending upon people. ये करेगा तो मुझे समझ में आएगा, ये समझाएगा तो समझ में आएगा, या ये आदमी ये काम करेगा तो मैं ऐसा हो जाऊंगा. But let's understand that creative thinkers don't think in terms of what they can extract from the natural world, but what they can learn from it. They study nature's best ideas and then imitate them to solve diverse problems. Many times, if you have blockages, the only thing I can request you all is, agar mentally blockage hai, just go out in a park, wherever there's nature. Just go there because Mother Nature heals. Mother Nature will give you the brilliant ideas that you really, really, really need. No person will give you those ideas, but Mother Nature will give you. So let's talk about Nike designers. Now, Nike designers observed mountain goats at the Oregon Zoo and developed Gotek traction, an all-terrain shoe. While traveling in Canada, Clarence Birdsey's ate some fish that had been naturally frozen and later thawed. He used natural ideas, and the frozen food industry took off. Dr. Rainey's Lanak was inspired to invest the stethoscope after seeing a child holding their ear to the end of a long, hollow stick that transmitted and amplified sounds from the opposite end. Just look at these bigger inventions. एक line में invention लिखा हुआ है, कहाँ से क्या बना. We are the mother of all inventions, but unfortunately, we don't realize that we are the creators. Now let's understand how life is amazing. Now let's talk about Turner. Now Turner strapped himself to the mast of a ship in a vicious storm to observe nature and capture its essence in his paintings. Jean Urjon's iconic design for the Sydney Opera House was inspired by a cut-up orange he had for lunch. You see, how their layers are there, So just see, एक orange जिसे काटते हैं, those people are carving, उसने building बना ली उससे. Now assembled together, it forms a perfect sphere. George G. Mestral, while walking in the country, noticed how burrs stuck to the clothing. By mimicking small hooks of the burrs, he developed Velcro. Japan's Shinkan bullet train is modeled on the Kingfisher aerodynamic brake. Intertwining IVs is hung in the form of a centenary arc, inspired the design of the suspension bridge. Many composers have used birdsong for inspiration. Oliver Meyerson was a particular exponent, and so were Beethoven, Handel, Mahler, and Delius. Many Silicon Valley companies model the way they organize their corporations on living organisms. This enables them to adapt rapidly to changes and restructure them quickly in response to market developments. अब जिस भी फील्ड में हम हैं, अगर हम नेचर से इंस्पिरेशन लेते हैं वर्सेस कि ये हमारे कंपनी में आएगा, एडवाइजर आएगा, मेंटर आएगा, गाइड आएगा, या हमारी लाइफ में आएगा, तो हमें बताएगा नो, इफ यू वांट अ ब्रेक थ्रू आइडिया, कभी कुछ नया भी सीखना है, कुछ एकदम क्लीन करना है, तो भी गो इन मदर नेचर, लुक अराउंड, अपने आप आइडियाज आएंगे एंड इमीडिएटली आपके स्मार्टफोन्स अगर आप लेकर जा रहे हो, उसको ऑफ कोर्स यू विल गो इनकॉग्निटो एज इन देयर विल बी नो डेटा दैट टाइम, दैट विल बी योर टाइम, साइलेंट कर देना वहां, हैव अ नोटपैड और व्हाटएवर यू यूजिंग इन योर मोबाइल फोन्स, if nothing else basic WhatsApp message, type yourself whatever idea came up. Mother nature really heals. There is no better designer than Mother Nature, says Alexander McQueen. Whatever your field, whatever the nature you're producing, something relates to your subject or not, explore the Mother Nature world, be it animals, be it vegetables, be it minerals. See what are they teaching you. Think of nature not as a source of materials to use, but as a library of ideas. So again, be naturally inspired, go to these places, understand what are we understanding, and there's so much more coming your way. Next chapter, sir. Now, this is something we have read pehle also in a different tone. आज हम इसका एक और टिक देखने वाले हैं. Don't be an expert on yourself. हम सोचते हैं हमने अपने ऊपर मास्टरी कर ली, हम अपने आप को जज कर सकते हैं, एनालाइज कर सकते हैं, क्रिटिसाइज कर सकते हैं, ये सो हम अपने आप को बहुत लेक्चर भी देते हैं. So let's understand. If you give a lecture or talk about yourself or your work, try to embrace the following attitude. I'm not sure what I do or why. Let's work it out together. So Rod बोल रहे हैं, अपना experience बता रहे हैं. Rod once attended a talk by a speaker who spent the first 25 minutes telling us how important he was and that he was an expert in his field. It was counterproductive. We all sat there thinking, if you have to tell us how important you are, you're not very important. Obviously, right? उस आदमी को प्लेटफॉर्म पे खड़ा किया है बताने के लिए, तो इम्पोर्टेंट तो है ही. अब वो आके अपनी बघा रहा है, मैं ये हूँ, मैं हूँ. आपने देखा अपने आप को when you go to people and how they're bragging about themselves, कैसे लगता है कि oh my god, कितना brag करेगा अपने बारे में, कैसे फील होता है, those people are just over the top, you can't even accept them, it's counterproductive. But if somebody is humble, इतना कुछ किया और बताते भी नहीं, wow man, look at him, he's so humble. So again, you are an expert in yourself, okay, fine. You know yourself, okay, fine, great. But do you know one thing? That if you expand on your humility, you'll become more humble. If you expand on your knowledge, you'll become more knowledgeable. But if you expand yourself in bragging, you'll become more braggart. So we all have to understand that we are here for a reason, for a purpose. Not for telling people how important we are. Everyone is important. Don't undermine somebody and don't overmine yourself. Suppose if we are in a journey of learning and if we are as open and receptive, people, how much more are we going to learn versus somebody who's like closed? Why am I here? Wasting my time, my energy, my money. Let's tell ourselves that every moment there are opportunities for us to learn. And if we are learning, we are going to get better versions of ourselves. Expert जो अगर हम हैं तो और बन जाएंगे, and there's always a chance for an expert also to grow because time is the only constant. Time बदल रहा है, चीजें बदल रही हैं. Nothing stays the same. Let's come back to the chapter. By chance, soon after I attended a talk by a famous sculptor who completely disarmed the audience by opening with the assertion that he didn't really understand his work. He tried things out and people seemed to think it was successful, so he was doing it. He asked us, the audience, to explain his work for him. You will only get the most of your talk if it teaches you about yourself. And this is something to remember. जब आप किसी को कुछ सिखा रहे हो, तो आप सीख रहे हो. जब आप किसी को कुछ चीज एक्सप्लेन कर रहे हो, तो आपको डीपर अंडरस्टैंडिंग मिल जाती है सब्जेक्ट के बारे में. कभी देखा है मुझे जब लोग सब बोलते हैं ना कि अरे आप तो यू आर स्पेंडिंग सच ब्यूटीफुल मॉर्निंग्स विद अस, थैंक यू. अरे बाबा, आई एम लर्निंग सो मच मोर. And these books I may have done, but they are teaching me so much more. So let's get some pointers which today we'll intertwine in our life. Do not take the role of a school teacher and explain everything. Just because your work does not mean you have authority on it. You're always there to learn, to grow, to evolve. So keep being a learner, keep being a seeker. Do not stand at the front, stand at the back. Walk amongst the audience or sit in the middle. It breaks things up. जब कुछ सीखना है तो फ्रंट रो में देखने तो सिर्फ आगे का विजन दिखेगा, राइट? सो इट्स नाइसर व्हेन यू वांट टू लर्न So either be in the back or be amongst the people, especially if it's your work. Because जो mumblings होती हैं वो back में होती हैं, front वाले mumble नहीं करते. So make the audience stand. If seated, they relax. That's not good. नींद आ जाएगी, बोरे तो जाएंगे. Alert होने के लिए बार-बार, that's why you must have seen ना, लोग उठाते हैं, exercise करवाते हैं. So you get bored, right? Standing, you become conscious of the discomfort and you keep things short and to the point. I once chose to give a lecture from a car park. I drew images on large sheets of paper with a thick pen and shouted up at the audience who were learning out of the second floor windows. They were uncomfortable. I was uncomfortable. That was the point. It forced me to reduce everything to the essentials. Randomly select members of the audience to talk about the slides. They always have an unexpected perspective. I once asked the audience to give the talk for me. I learned so much more. So again, very important to keep changing people, keep learning, keep shifting yourself. The beginning, the middle, the end format is a killer. Most softwares have to reshuffle options and throw up things randomly. If no one knows what is coming next, including you, it will be livelier for everyone. So keep the zing going on, try something new, don't be stuck to simple stuff. Never read from notes. If you can't remember something, it's not worth saying. This is what I keep telling everyone, that some of you are making notes all the time, right? Writing headers is great, but jo hum agar likh rahe hote even back in the school, if we can't remember, if we can't retain here, then what's the point? So one of my friends back in the school, he never made notes ever. Everything was imprinted here. So when he had to study before exam, सब कुछ उसको याद था यहाँ से automatically. Notes देखने की जरूरत ही नहीं थी, and he always excelled and topped. So very important for us to understand that notes हम आधी बार नहीं पढ़ते हैं. You know, sessions अगर हम अभी नहीं करते, recordings आती हैं, हम आधी बार नहीं करते हैं. So what does it make us understand? Live in the power of now. जो अभी हो गया वो हो गया, बाद में कुछ नहीं होता. So absorb it by being present right now, and stop speaking before the audience has stopped listening. Attention span lower कम होता है. So कई बार the audience will stop listening. Even your office staff will stop listening. Make it impactful. The science says 3 to 7 minutes is maximum attention span of a person. Uske beyond, they go into the past, present, future, wherever. They will not be with you. So be careful about that. If you feel nervous and awkward, comfort yourself with the fact that no one will remember much of your talk to words, except maybe the images. So very important when you're presenting yourself, it's okay to be yourself. It's all right. I once gave a talk in a lecture theater full of entrepreneurs and businessmen. My theme was that we are all too easily distracted and need to be more alert and focused. I hired 20 nude male and female models to walk amongst the audience as I spoke. I assumed the audience would be distracted. I had underestimated them. They were intelligent, focused individuals and had listened attentively to each and every word. As I discovered the question and answer session at the end, it didn't matter. The lecture was unforgettable. If you want to engage an audience, it's essential to be engaged yourself. So imagine if a speaker is there, for example, even me. अगर मैं ही distracted हूँ यहाँ वहाँ देख रही हूँ, I'm not looking at a chapter, will you be interested? So why is this coming to all of us? Are we all coaches? Yes, we are. We are born creative. We are all creating our lives. Artists हैं हम. चाहे हमारे ऑफिसेज हैं, चाहे हमारे घर में हैं, चाहे हम कहीं एक्चुअली बड़े सेमिनार में जा रहे हैं, we are always going to be engaging audience. Audience can be even family. Now only give a talk about something you care passionately about. Don't talk about everything under the sun. Something that you're really passionate about, because that's when you'll engage people. And a lot of us repeat the same pattern. आप एक इंसान को कई बार देखते हो, वो हर सेशन पे आएंगे, घर पे मीटिंग में आएंगे, वो सेम बात बार बार करेंगे. So don't become monotonous. Don't become so, don't be like that. इतना prediction नहीं होना चाहिए कि ये तो यही बात करने वाले हैं. As part of my work at universities, I've had to listen to talks on subjects I have no interest in, but the speaker is absolutely passionately interested. I find that I too become absorbed. So उनकी aura, उनका wavelength हमारे ऊपर rub करता है. Now Claude Debussy says, the attraction of the virtuoso for the public is very like that of the circus for the crowd. There's always the hope that something dangerous will happen. So let's look out for something which is interesting. Let's always be a learner. Let's always be hopeful that people are teaching us something and we are coming with an open mind, an open thing of learning something. Rahul, so that'll be all for today. I think we're going to be looking at three chapters every single day, most likely. So, what do we understand out of this today? Can anyone summarize what have we learned? That are we in this gusto about this entire book? What is happening? क्या हम समझ पा रहे हैं कि all of us are here to create, to absorb, to become an artist? Rahul, so you can take the book off, please. Yes, thank you. So it's very important for all of us to intertwine ourselves into our learning world. Is there anything that is not clear? You can ask me now, or you can let me know what you want to meditate about. So we can meditate first and I can take your answers after. Whatever works for you. Just know one thing, every single day, you're coming in life for a purpose, a meaning. Now, I'm going to read this today. It's a very small heart thought, so let me read this for everyone. All of us are holding on. Some people don't know how to say no. The only way they know how to say no is to be ill. So I don't know how many of you sing or seen. There are people around us who hamesha, last minute mein they fuddle up and they fall sick. So for those of us who have like this or are like this, I accept what is best for me. If I threw a hot potato at you, what would you do with it? Would you catch it? Would you hold it while it was burning your hand? Why would you even catch it? Why don't you just step out of the way? It is possible to refuse anything, even a gift. Are you aware of that? So again, I'm going to give you a story. I think all of you probably know about this. It's about Buddha and his many monks and in a village. So somebody came and told Buddha as a villager, "Oh, aap to itne, you are like this. You have come from here, and you are. आपने तो अपनी wife को छोड़ दिया, अपने बच्चे को छोड़ दिया, and what are you talking to us about family? What are you talking to us about? You're not even somebody who we can look up to. आप इतने बड़े आपने आपको संत बोलते हो, महात्मा बोलते हो, monk बोलते हो. We don't even think, कि आप कहीं से भी हो." So his monks got very angry कि हमारे teacher को ऐसी ऐसी बातें बोल रहे हैं. It's disgusting what our teacher is being told. But Buddha said कि मैंने उनकी बात यहाँ से सुनी, यहाँ से निकाल दी, मैंने वो गुस्सा अपने अंदर आने दिया, तुम इतना कुछ गुस्सा लेकर बैठे हुए हो. Why are you still holding on to the anger even now? He told me and it's out of it. I didn't even give it a thought. So what are we holding on? What are we expanding? Are we letting, लोग तो बोलेंगे, बहुत कुछ बोलेंगे, पर कितना हम उसको रेजिस्ट कर रहे हैं, कितना हम ले रहे हैं, हमारे ऊपर करता है. Today if Anita says something to me, okay fine, I may get little, okay she said this to me, but it depends upon me उसको मैं कितना expand करूं, या मैं बोलूं it's okay यार, उसकी उतनी इंटेलिजेंस है और उसने मुझे बोला, मैं क्या सीख सकती हूँ उससे. Do I actually work on self improvement? Do I ignore it completely कि अरे I am the best? Or do I take it in a bad way? Oh my God, उसने तो ये बोल दिया, अब तो लाइफ लॉन्ग मुझे तो ये गांठ बन गई कि उसने मुझे बोला कैसे. Depends upon my perspective, depends upon my nazariya. So holding on is good for some things and not good for some things. What do you hold on to? Holding on to virtues of self-improvement, correction, learning from Mother Nature are important. But holding on to stress, tension, negativity, procrastination is bad. So what do you want to hold on? Today, it's all about that. Think about what you've learned. How can you intertwine yourself? So, okay, you want me to talk about passion? You want me to talk about meditation and focus? Being easy on yourself or falling short. Lovely. So let's intertwine the three of them together. So thank you, Parul, Shalu, and Vijayji for this guidance for the meditation. Thank you, Shivani, for recording in advance for all of us. All right, then. Our backs absolutely straight. Our feet firmly placed on the ground below or cross-legged. Our palms flatly faced on our laps, facing heavenwards, or Chin Mudra, Dhyan Mudra, or Buddha pose. Eyes softly closed. And let's look straight in our internal world with a lot of love and light and having a soft smile on our faces. Take a deep breath in. Observe your breathing, see the pause, and very gently exhale the breath. Take another deep breath in. Again, observe your breath. Gently exhale it. The last time and third time for this morning, take a deep breath in. Fill your lungs with this beautiful breath and gently exhale it. The deeper we breathe, the longer we hold, and the easier we release. We are flowing with the process of life. Life is magical. Life is purposeful. Life is meaningful. Each one of us has come on Mother Earth with our names, with our identities, and each one has a purpose in our life. Let's increase our purpose by finding what is it that excites us? What is it that makes us happy? What is it that we are passionate about? Let's focus on that particular beautiful aspect of our being. Nobody in the world knows what I'm good at. They might observe something great about me and might tell me, so let me be observant and listen to what he or she has to say, knowing they have a perspective about me. Let me go deep within myself and see what am I finding that that person has told me about me. Does it really exist? Can I enhance it? Or have I allowed it to just be within me and not work on it? Let me always be focused in life, one thing at one time. Let me become the master of everything. Let me become the master of my own life. But let me realize, in order to get bigger, higher dreams and goals, I must have some beautiful element of trust. Trust in my beings, fellow beings, trust in myself, and trusting the divine process for life to flow. The right doors open for me, the right opportunities come for me, the right people come my way, enhancing my skills to bettering my life every single day. Let me be the one to observe that, to be grateful for that, to be thankful for such beautiful learning, such beautiful methodology. Let me always be focused on becoming a better person than who I was yesterday. Let me embrace an attitude of gratitude, knowing that life is what it is when I am flowing with it. And whenever I'm flowing, if I make a decision and it goes wrong, let me tell myself, it's all right. This too has passed. And if I'm going through something which is not to my liking, let me tell myself, this too shall pass. Because time is the only constant source. So why am I holding on so tight? Why am I not letting go? What is stopping me? What is enhancing me? Who am I? I am just a person in this beautiful life, a person who means a lot to me. So why not be easy on me? Why judge myself so much? Why think so deeply for something that is not even required? Why always criticize myself? So let me become easy on myself by appreciating my virtues, by focusing on what is important, by going inwards and taking a pause and observing my feelings. Today, let me go deep within and find which stories have gone wrong. What goal traumas and am I still gripped with? And can I let them go? Can I understand that whatever happened was important at that part, at that point, and whatever came has served its purpose and gone? Why am I still holding on? Why am I still critical of myself and doubting myself? It's good to doubt myself a bit. It's good to have heebie jeebies. It's good to have some kind of butterflies in stomach. But it's also imperative for me to grow, to learn into a better person, to grow and fly. Let me soar higher and higher. Let me be free from all emotional baggages. Let me be free from all physical bondages, because I am a person who's meant to fly, fly free and soar higher and higher. And so it is. Let's reflect deep within and be grateful for whatever challenges we've crossed. Whatever we focused on has a solution. Anything good, we expand, expands. Anything bad, we expand, expands. So, where is our attention? Where is our focus? Let's be conscious of only expanding the good energy. Let's be conscious that the bad energy is coming because there's lack of love. So, let's each one of us open our hands wider this time and become a channel of love. I am love. I'm a channel of love. I am light. I'm a channel of light. I am blessed. I'm a channel of blessing. I grow abundantly every single day. I'm open and receptive to all the love and abundance from all universes. Let's fold our hands in gratitude and be grateful for the wonderful life we've lived, live and lives, known and unknown. And let's expand our hands towards the universe and give a shout of thanks to our universe. Dear universe, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you to all the divinities, to all the angels, to all the guardians, to all the masters, the gurus, and the teachers in this realm or the other, is in time dimension or this other, in this plane or another, here or there. Thank you for your guidance. Thank you for your love. Thank you for your teachings. Thank you for your blessings. Each one of us is endowed with love and light. May we abundantly grow to a better version of ourselves. And so it is. Let's be blessed. Let's be grateful. Let's fold our hands once more. Let's rub our hands, feel the energy flow. Bless our face, our neck, shoulders, arms, backside, front side. Keep your hand on your heart. Feel it beat. Be grateful to it. Be grateful to your life, to your wonderful body. Our body's organs are working on the optimal best. Our body is detoxing itself every now and then, rapidly. We are able to just be a better version of ourselves internally and externally. Let's thank all the muscles, tissues, glands, bones, and skin. Let's thank the energy that flows in us. And let's invoke the energy to bless each other in our life goals, in becoming a better person, in having a better spiritual journey. Not only us, let us be blessed, not only Sangamitras, not only our loved ones, let all beings on Mother Earth be blessed with love and light. Let all of us be channels for love, light, and blessings. So that's for you, Ruchi, Ritu, Vijayji, Pratimaji, Akshay, Bharat, Manish, Ushaji, Swati, Shivani, Jitendraji, Meenakshi, Manisha, Pinaji, Nikita, Supriya, Rahul Sir, Kamakshi, Shalu, Anita, Ankur, Neha, Parul, Nikita, Arvindji, Niriksha. Lot of love, lot of light. Be blessed. Any reflections? Any questions? Yes, Manish.
Ma'am, today I have a very different sharing, not related to our course, but I feel it is very relevant to share. My mother passed away at the age of 85.
Okay.
We had many things which she used to use in her later years, like wheelchairs, walkers, and many other things. And for the last few years, I was searching place to share those articles, but I was not finding it. A few days back, I saw a video by Richa Anirudh. Everybody must be knowing Richa Anirudh.
No, I don't. I'm sorry.
Earlier, she was a journalist with NDTV. Now she's an independent person.
Okay.
And she runs a program called Zindagi Life
Okay.
on Facebook and other channels.
Okay.
So there I saw a person who was engaged in picking people from the roads and taking home and caring for it.
Yeah, there's so many people like that. So many. Yeah.
But thing is, we are not able to find
Right.
So, and generally, people who are well off and they do these kind of works. But this man, he started this work in 1978, and at that time he was a truck driver, and he used to first take care of stray dogs on roads.
Okay.
And then he progressed on to pick people from roads and take him to his ashram. Now, he has made an ashram in Sonipat where he has kept about 200 people, and one in Delhi in a rented premises where there are around 70, 80 people. So yesterday I went to it. And the Delhi ashram is in Dwarika.
Okay.
So yesterday I took all that. I contacted him. I got his number from that video, and I contacted him and asked him that I want to share all these articles because most of these people are very old and disabled. So these articles would have been best used by them. So I yesterday took all the articles in my car and went to Dwarika at his ashram. The ashram was not in a very good condition because of the financial crunch. But somehow her wife is looking after the Dwarka ashram, and they are doing a very good job. So just sharing the perspective, we are so blessed, and we are so lucky to born in a blessed family with all the facilities. And there, in the same city about 40 kilometers away, these people are, the condition was not pathetic, but in a very poor condition. So
the entire exercise was about gratitude, I feel. Are you trying to go there?
Absolutely. Now, I do the daily Magic Rock practice. And I'll share very honestly that I have to deliberately think of giving gratitude at night. But yesterday night was like effortless.
Very nice.
And the gratitude was not ending.
Good.
On what part I should not gratitude. It was endless,
Great.
The kind of
Thank
thing.
you for sharing. Yeah, thank you.
The kind of thing I saw there. And if our co-seekers also want to see that video and share.
Please feel free to share, Manish. Yeah, that's absolutely okay. Feel free to share. Anything that makes us be more grateful, please go ahead and share. It's good to share our gifts. So thank you, everyone. Any other sharings, any reflections? It's always nice to empower each other with something new that's come our way, something more compassionate, more kind, more learning. So thank you for sharing your gift, Manish, this morning. All right, everyone. Let's see each other tomorrow at 5. And until then, be blessed, take care, and always be a channel for blessings, for love and light for everyone. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, everyone. God bless us all. Thank you, Rahul. So once again.